Hi, I'm Ali from A Girl Named Ali and you're watching Disney Channel.
Everyone on my position. We have incoming.
What the hell? Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
In the words of Hilary Duff, let's go back to the beginning.
I mean, not your mom, my mom and dad.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Ali and today we're discussing the DCOMCU, or the Disney Channel Original Movie Cinematic Universe. We are discussing my faves, my least faves, everything in between, and I can't wait to chat to you guys in the comments about this because I know you have opinions. If you are new here, this is a series we do on my channel where we talk about pop culture things, we rank things sometimes, kind of just a little nostalgia bubble, if you will. Previous hits include ranking every 2000s movie and TV show, done all the High School Musical songs, every Taylor Swift song, every Mary-Kate and Ashley movie, every One Direction song, so there's something for everyone. I'll leave that playlist down below. If you enjoy this series and would like to see more from me, give this video a big thumbs up to let me know and leave a comment down below with what you'd like to see. But today we are discussing the Disney Channel original movies. These movies to me, or at least the bulk of them, exist in such a beautiful, magical time, and it was genuinely the peak of my life. The Disney Channel games were on, there was the Miley and Mandy show, if anyone remembers that. Subscribe right now, we're gonna be best friends. Before there was Tom and Zendaya, there was Niley and Zanessa, and I still ship them more than I care to admit. I don't care, some part of me will always hope that they end up together. So when I think about these movies, I feel like I generally think about the years from like 2006 to 2009. In those days, Disney Channel was an absolute beast. It was a machine. It was pumping out good quality movies multiple times a year, and if you made it onto any of these, you're set. You'd get a show, a spin-off show, 3 movies, and a recording deal. Disney just did it all. And I feel like a lot of you are probably the same as me, where you just grew up reading Bop and Tiger Beat, watching the Disney Channel games, and most of all, watching Disney Channel Circle of Stars music videos. I was thinking the other day about those celebrities that made that weird Imagine singing video in the beginning of the pandemic. That didn't do anything for me. But you know what would have? The Disney Channel Circle of Stars.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
Somebody should have called Raven, Hillary, a choreographer, and the Sprouse twins, and we'd be a lot better off. Anyway, so today we are going to be ranking all of the DCOMs. Now, I probably haven't seen all of them because there are hundreds, and I personally didn't grow up with like pay TV, which is what they aired on. If I did miss any of your favorites, feel free to let me know in the comments. Let me know what it was about and where you would rank it. Okay, so let's get into my tiers. First up, we of course have God tier. It's the same in every video. You can't beat it. Next, we have Kenneth Snapped. This is of course named after the one and only Kenny Ortega. Not every movie on this list is made by Kenny, but without him, we just wouldn't have any of the Disney Channel that we know and love today. So thanks, Kenny.
I went into the Disney Channel building and I sat down with the president of Disney Channel and I said, I want to make history. And that's what this is.
My third tier is Tom Holland Lip Sync Battle. This tier is for the iconic movies. It's kind of confusing because that in itself is iconic and is God tier, but I mean this in terms of if I ever see that video in my newsfeed or on a social media app, I will stop whatever I'm doing and watch it without fail. So the movies in this category are movies that I would watch whenever they're on, and it's always a good time. Okay, then we have It's Alright, It's Okay, named after Grammy Award singer Miss Ashley Tisdale.
It's alright, okay. I'm so much better without you.
And finally, at the very, very bottom, we have The Chokey.
You're heading for the turkey, young lady. Apple never rocks far from the tree.
The movies that go here, it's just not good. So first up, we are off to Camp Rock.
Check me out.
Don't make me do this, Shane.
Go away. Oh! Hello?
This movie confused me so much as a kid because I could not tell which of them were campers and which were counselors. And then that made me realize how much I want a movie just about counselors. I love anything camp themed, but there's a real lack of counselor based movies and shows. I wonder if this movie is actually what started my love for all things summer camp. Actually, no, it was definitely The Parent Trap. Just personally, I think I would rather attend a camp pop, kind of more my style. I don't know what the equivalent of like an Oscar or a Tony for straight to TV movie musicals would be, but whatever it is, Joe Jonas deserves one for this.
Grab a mic and a hat. Follow me if you can.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I like the beat.
Did anyone else think when watching this movie as a kid that Mitchie's mum and the camp director had major sexual tension? I really thought something was going to happen there, and maybe it should have. This movie takes itself a little too seriously for a movie that has scenes like this.
Wow, really cool bracelet. It's from my mom. Every time she wins a Grammy, she adds a charm. Love it. Totally bling-alicious.
Oh my god, I love your bracelet.
Totally bling-alicious.
But I do still love it. I don't think Camp Rock has enough songs for me to do like a full video ranking them, but I will say Play My Music is so underrated. That song puts me in the best mood, and for that, Camp Rock is going to God tier.
Let's rock.
Well, she tried. At least, you know, she...
Now, Camp Rock 2, this is so confusing to me because Camp Rock 1, it's a movie musical obviously, but they never like sing without context. They never just randomly break into song. They're only singing within the movie when it's appropriate. But then suddenly the second movie, they just sing at random points for no reason.
We're not giving up. We're not backing down. I don't know, Mitchie.
We can't back down. Don't get me wrong. We can't back down. There's too much at stake.
Girl, are you not embarrassed right now?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Camp Rock 2 was very much cheaper by the dozen too. It was giving us rich kids across the lake, having a contest, which I live for. And before I go any further, I need to apologize to Chloe Bridges. I'm sure she's watching this video right now because this movie just made me hate her so much for no reason. Well, actually, yes, a reason. Just the fact that Nick Jonas had a crush on her.
So if you wanna know, here it goes. Gonna tell you there's a part of me a show. If we're close, gonna let you see everything.
As Nick Jonas could choke me on any holy day. Into choking, huh? Makes two of us.
I simply could not handle that. The fact that he wrote a song for her and played it just devastated child me. The most embarrassing thing is that like, it was Nick. I've not been wrong many times in my life, but being a Nick girl, I can admit that was a mistake. Joe was right there. But anyway, introducing me just lit some fiery rage of jealousy inside me as a kid that I couldn't process. But since then I have had a boy play me a song that he wrote about me by a lake. So, did I manifest that? Now, even though it's weird that they're singing kind of randomly in this movie, you do forget that because the songs are kind of really good.
Come grab your guitar, sit by the fire, and sing it out loud.
So, is this place a church now?
What's that?
We saw the fire. We really don't get to do this kind of thing. So we were hoping there was room for some of us to join.
There's always room.
Come on and sing na 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 na. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. This is our song. That's all that matters.
Wow, that was so powerful.
I really enjoy Fire and Rain. No, that's a James Taylor song. Wouldn't change a thing. Oh, amazing.
We're face to face, but we don't see eye to eye. Fire and rain.
I think that's one of the greatest songs
of our time.
When I work at a summer camp, my campers would request that all the time, and me and my co-counselor would just like duet it for them in the morning whilst getting ready. And let me tell you, it is a good vibe. I genuinely believe that is one of the best duets of all time. Troy and Gabriella could never. No, honestly, they can, and we'll get to that. Here's the thing, the Camp Rock 2 songs are god tier, but this dance move in particular,
I just wanna sing.
I just can't. It loses points for that, I'll be honest. So Camp Rock 2 is going in. Kenneth snapped. Because even if Kenny Ortega didn't direct this, like I said, he's still the reason it exists because he created like the biggest DCOMs, and that's why we got all of the other ones, you know? Next, let's talk about Pixel Perfect. Let me just start by saying, back in the day, I thought Raviv Ullman was the hottest man to ever walk this earth. And look, to be honest, I think I was right. He was fine. So Pixel Perfect is about, I think she was an NFT. This is what NFTs are. I get it now. Yeah, so basically this movie is about Phil of the future creates something between an NFT and a TikTok galaxy projector light.
It's nice to meet you.
Sorry about that.
Surprise. Ladies, you're the lead singer.
It's like, it's fine. It's a good time. Is it? I think really it was him creating his Manic Pixie Dream Girl, which is a little bit, I feel like there was a lot of that in early 2000s. I do specifically remember a girl doing a cartwheel and ending up in a coma. I'm gonna put it in. It's all right. It's okay. I probably don't really need to watch it again right now. And next we have Miss Radio Rebel. Debbie, I'm so sorry. You had to know this moment was coming.
I'm Radio Rebel. Check it out. Vibe it. Really, really dig on it. And then remember that feeling.
Hey, Jesse, ooh, it feels like a party every day. Hey, Jesse.
I'll be honest, it's painful. And I think the reason it's painful is because, you know when they say that if you're judging someone, it's like a projection of what you don't like about yourself? I genuinely believe that. And I think that I find this so cringy because I was probably like that as a kid. It's just fully main character energy on the brain and it's so cringy. And Debbie Ryan, bless her soul, just happened to do it in front of the whole world and it's documented forever. I was probably out there at, you know, 12, 13 years old doing the cringe factor alone of this movie. I'm sorry, we all know where it's going. Oh, sorry, Debbie. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about High School Musical.
My name is Troy. I have a basketball game tomorrow.
First up, let us not forget that Mr. Jack Bolton himself and I have talked, and he may have even viewed videos on this channel. He might watch this video. Hi, Bart. If you have a YouTube channel, comment below, leave a thumbs up. Love you. He's a great guy, and I have to state for the record that he is hotter than Troy in this movie, so sorry. He also deserved an Oscar for his performance in this scene.
Where's my team, Darvis? What the heck are those two doing in a tree?
So High School Musical is basically just Grease for kids with less flying cars and more graphic t-shirts. I can't even begin to explain like how iconic this period in time was. I remember where I was when this happened. It shaped who I became. Like I genuinely don't know who I would be if this movie had never been made. Who would any of us be if this movie had never been made? It is a dark thought. Troy Bolton literally invented the selfie in this movie.
First, let me take a selfie.
Now, I did make a whole dedicated video to ranking all of the High School Musical songs, and I talked at length about the movies as well, so I won't go on too much here, but I will link that video down below for you to watch. Go and find out my controversial Sharpay opinions. So during this golden age of Disney Channel, we got a record deal for Vanessa Hudgens, the unbelievable, indescribable Baby V, Ashley Tisdale, Corbin Bleu, and Lucas Grabeel. They all got record deals, all had albums. I don't know if Monique could really sing, but like where was Zac Efron's music career? I would love for that. Like by the second and third third film. We know he can sing. We've seen him in Hairspray. Zach literally could have been, dare I say, Harry Styles level. I mean, he kind of is anyway, but like to do the acting and the singing, I just would have loved that for him. And more importantly, I would have loved that for me. Also, a quick question for any sports aficionados out there, although I don't think that's really my demographic. Is Sammy Slammer Jammer a real basketball player? Because I think about that scene and that quote every day.
Also known as Sammy Slammer Jammer.
Also, the thunderclap, Hap Hatton. Like I said, I say way more in this video, go and check it out, but of course, High School Musical is going straight to God tier. And now we have High School Musical 2. High School Musical 2 is not a good movie. It's a great movie. It is the highest rated DCOM of all time.
That's history.
Highest amount of viewers, it earned the most money, I'm pretty sure, and I get it, I agree. It is phenomenal and I can't fault it. This movie is just so camp. It is truly looking camp in the eye. It's silly, it's fun, it is saturated as hell. It was super cloudy and like overcast when they were filming this movie, and so in editing they just had to like dial the saturation up to kind of make it look more of a fun summery film. The editors really said, goodbye clouds of grey, hello skies of blue. One of the major plots of this film is Troy needing to get a summer job and like trying to work to get this scholarship into his dream school so he can afford it.
Dad, I'm not
There's going to be college scouts at our game next week, Troy. You know what a scholarship is worth these days?
But like, has he seen his house? He has a basketball court in the backyard. His bedroom looks like this. His kitchen looks like this. Homeboy does not need a scholarship or a summer job for that matter. Why were they ever stressed about him schmoozing U of A alumni and working a summer job to like financially grind and make it into college? Your parents could probably donate a wing to that university or pretend you were on the rowing team. Also, the fact that Troy was able to get like the entire East High student body to get jobs as well at Lava Springs. Amazing, love that for him. But what was Fulton planning on doing had he not last minute hired Troy and all of his friends? Because they take up like the entire kitchen staff. Kelsey's the pianist, Taylor is the events coordinator. Were they just like not gonna have those if they didn't hire them? Actually, they probably fired a bunch of people just to hire them, on Sharpay's word. We have so many amazing scenes in this movie. We have You Are the Music and Me.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I think that song is better than Breaking Free. I would stand by that. I love it so much. But also we get I Don't Dance, which, I mean.
Gay rights! Yeah, gay rights! I'm gay.
I Don't Dance is obviously about Chad's fear of embracing his sexuality, because we know he very much in fact does dance. Mr. Chad, I'll show you how I swing Danforth. You know, he's just dealing with his internalized homophobia. Ryan's trying to break him out of it. It's a moment of seduction and exploration. It's a back and forth. I mean, they're literally talking about doing the bases. There is no straight explanation for this scene, and I'm so glad. Obviously, there's also the fact that they switch clothes immediately after, which just makes me think there was a deleted scene in between that scene ending and the one with them in each other's outfits. There was something that happened in between. Kenny was like, you guys can fill in the blanks. I think we all know what happened here. Finally, how do we all feel about Huma Humi Nuku Nuku Apo A? I have to admit, I do skip it on a re-listen, and I don't even think it's in the official movie. I think it was a deleted scene, kind of like a vault track. It's Huma Humu Kenny's version. Now, Gotta Go My Own Way is in the same category as Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson and Too Little Too Late by JoJo. And by that I mean, it's the kind of song that you listen to in the backseat of your parents' car, head resting against the window, rain falling down outside, and you're just feeling like you're the main character in life. I'll never get over this movie. Also, we got the Miley cameo because everyone voted for her to be, you know, the star that pops up in the movie. I think I was a bit too young to vote at the time, but does anyone know who the other options were? I feel like there was like maybe 4 or 5 Disney Channel, you know, people in the DCU that you could vote for. So if anyone could let me know who the rest were, please do. High School Musical 2 is quite obviously going straight to God tier, and I'm actually gonna put it ahead of High School Musical 1 because it's what she deserves. Sad that I can't talk about High School Musical 3 here because it's not a DCOM technically, but if you've seen this video, you know how I feel. We need to talk about Sharpay's fabulous adventure.
Sharpay Evans, actress, heiress, soon-to-be Broadway legend.
Wait,
About 105, but it's really not so polite to ask.
I have to laugh.
What is that?
It's your bed.
It's a closet with a tongue.
You have a little sitting room outside your bedroom.
Actually, this is the bedroom. This is my bed. And this is yours.
Does the closet pull out too?
Sadly, this movie wasn't directed by Kenny Ortega, and I think it shows. It was directed by the same guy that made The Click, so iconic, but I think I kind of expected more from it. Sharpay is obviously one of the best children's villains of all time. You know, she's an icon.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
And I think she deserved better than this movie, honestly. It just lost all of its continuity from the first movie. Like, she was meant to stay at the school and help Darbus. There was no Zeke. I think if Zeke had been in this movie, I would have liked it a lot more. Actually, I know I would because I love Zeke. We did get Austin Butler. He was a bit of a Disney king at the time. He's one of the few to actually do Disney and Nickelodeon. I wonder how that works because he was in Zoe 101 and obviously Hannah Montana and this movie. We did get to see Miss Lauren Collins from Degrassi. She was honestly probably the highlight of this movie to me just because I love her so much. But I've got to say, the costumes kind of let me down a bit. I just think we could have seen better. And listen, I love a New York moment. This movie is very much like season 5 Glee. They're going to New York, they're chasing their dreams. She's probably there applying to NYADA. But I think this movie just really needed Kenny's magic touch. And I'm sorry to say, I think it's going in, it's all right, it's okay. Which is fitting because it's Miss Tisdale. Next we have Smart House.
Pat, you're alive.
Miss Pat walked so Alexa could run. But actually this movie kind of scared me as a kid, and I think this is honestly my worst nightmare. I would rather live off-grid in the middle of nowhere than have a house that comes to life. It's like a Black Mirror episode gone wrong. It's the reason I don't really trust a lot of technology. I'm more of a simple analog gal, and maybe this movie is the reason why.
Wait a second.
Sick of this bitch. To be honest, I know your face. I know your fucking face, bitch, and I know it, and I swear to God, you're on your last leg.
Imagine you went on one of those HGTV shows like Fixer Upper and they make over your house, but they make it like this.
Ow!
Angie Cooper, age 9, 52 inches tall, 62 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes, 12% body fat, no broken bones.
The more time she spends with you, the more she learns. So before long, she's gonna know more about you than you know yourself.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
That's kind of creepy, isn't it? I mean, it's like Big Brother is watching you, only Big Brother turns out to be your house.
She just wants to understand you better so she can make your life as simple and comfortable as possible.
Honestly, the only futuristic tech that I want in my house is that microwave from Spy Kids that made McDonald's out of thin air. We did get the dad from A Cinderella Story and also One Tree Hill, but he was just like kind of horny for the house. The highlight is obviously this dance scene. Absolute Boys in Motion vibes. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually based off of this scene. And final question, do we think Pat was a Windows or PC device? She gives me like Windows PC vibes, early 2000s.
You can't be our mother, Pat. You're not real.
Did anyone just think to go into the mainframe and like spill a little bit of water on her? That would have shut her down immediately. I'm gonna say it's all right, it's okay. I don't think I would necessarily watch it anytime it was on, but it is all right and it is okay. Next we have Cadet Kelly.
Military school?
You're disrespecting a future U.S. Army soldier.
They go to school where they learn about military strategy. They sit in desks. No. Yes.
This movie is definitely coded, if you catch my drift.
Let's go, lesbians!
I think in this era, Disney was just too afraid to kind of really push any boundaries, but the chemistry, the sparks flying, it's undeniable. Also, side note, if you didn't get onto Christy Carlson Romano's YouTube channel during this past 2 years, please check it out. She just name drops fellow Disney celebrities in every video, and it is so fun. As far as Hilary Duff movies go, this is a banger. Honestly, has she ever really made a bad movie? I don't think so. And I really wish we got more Hilary Duff DCOMs. We obviously have the Lizzie McGuire movie and all the iconic films that she's been been in, but I think this was the only DCOM, which is surprising. I also would have loved to have seen more DCOMs with Miley Cyrus in them. There are none besides High School Musical 2. The Hannah Montana movie was a cinematic masterpiece, but not a DCOM. Honestly, Cadet Kelly, it's just feel good, it's camp, it's a good time, it's God tier. The next movie is called Harriet the Spy Blog Wars. As a huge fan of the original like 90s film with Michelle Trachtenberg, the audacity to make this film, I can't. The fact that this movie even exists is so rude to me. It is going straight to the chokey. Do not recommend. But now on a lighter note, we have the Cheetah Girls.
The flavor.
I wear Prada or nah.
If he can't respect my art, he can't have my heart.
She's got a point.
Now that we're stars, we need to start acting like it. And they don't carry bottles of hot papa sauce in their purses.
I got hot sauce in my bag. Swag.
Better stand up if you know just who you are. Never give up, never come too far. Girl power, girl power.
Fun fact, they actually never wear cheetah print, like ever. They're wearing leopard and various different kinds of big cats, but never cheetah. Don't know why. As Disney fans, we really have to pay respect to this movie because the Cheetah Girls and its success is the reason we got High School Musical, Camp Rock, and any movie musical that followed. It paved the way and it was the biggest DCOM until High School Musical came along. I feel like the Cheetah Girls toured. Did they tour with like Hannah Montana or something? If any of you lucky, like probably Americans watching this got to see that, please give me a full rundown in the comments because I would have died to see that. I still would. Come to think of it, Hannah Montana and the Cheetah Girls are probably my ideal concert lineup right now. So yeah, let me live vicariously through you. If you don't cry at the end when her best friends all come back together dressed in matching outfits and sing to rescue her dog that had fallen down a manhole, we're not the same kind of person. I still cry to this day. Just the girls singing saved Toto. Honestly, it saved me too. The fact that so many movies on this list centered around like school talent shows, DCOMs really gave me unrealistic expectations about how many like school talent shows I was gonna participate in, and Final Jams and Star Dazzle Awards. My favorite character in this movie is definitely Drinker Champagne. I feel like she would be the perfect drag queen.
When I see you girls, I see myself. Not now as a lowly high school art teacher, but as Drinker Champagne 1977. I had a hit. Champagne bubbles of love.
And I would love to see a spin-off just about her. Can we just appreciate some of their songs?
I just want to give a little preview. This is one of my songs. I lie in bed and think about the person that I wanted to be. No one there realized me. That song actually inspired the third wave of feminism. If any of my friends are watching this, I would absolutely love to go to a dress-up party or Halloween dressed as the Cheetah Girls, especially in this outfit. I don't care who I am, I'm just so down. The representation in this movie is incredible. We have 4 completely different kinds of girls in skin color, body shape, dancing abilities, and they explored really like heartfelt storylines as well. Like our spots are different colors. That says so much in so few words in such a great song. This key change, hello? I did not think I would tear up listening to this, but there we have it. So all that said, I think we know the Cheetah Girls has to go right to the top. And now we have the Cheetah Girls 2. Just like the Hunger Games, this is the rare scenario where the sequel is just better. Also, this was great because we never got a Mary-Kate and Ashley Spanish movie, so this kind of filled that void. But yeah, I'm not kidding when I say Strut has been on my Spotify Wrapped top 10 songs of the year more than once recently, and I don't think it's going anywhere. It still slaps.
Everybody knows that something good is coming up. Just like you mean it. Kicking through the streets, wonder like Picasso in the Barcelona heat.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
Welcome to another world where every heart can beat.
That is just
put me in the best mood. Man, if you ever need a pick-me-up, put that song on. I feel great. Also, I don't know if I like stan anyone. Well, I guess Taylor Swift, but I would absolutely be a stan for Marisol, the pop star in this movie. I think she's played by an actual Spanish pop star, Belinda, but I particularly mean Miss Marisol herself, like the half Jean, half short combo, her mind. I literally want to cut one leg off my jeans now, and I'm delusional enough to think it would look good.
The future is what we make.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
No way you can ever be stopped. Why wait?
Bring back the feel-good bubblegum pop songs of early 2000s DCOMs. Someone let me know what she's up to now, because if she has more songs like that, I need to listen. That song gives me the exact same feeling that Ever Ever After from Enchanted does, which is just euphoria. Another great song.
5, 6, 7 with the vocals. Ooh. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again.
I think it'll be no surprise that Cheetah Girls 2 is going straight to God tier, but it's going in front of the first one. It is superior and one of the best films on this entire list. Now, I suppose we have to talk about Cheetah Girls 3, but I don't really remember it. I think this is the film where they sing Fuego, which is another great one. So I don't really remember much about this movie, except for the fact that Raven wasn't in it. Movies when they're missing one of the lead actors just don't hit the same. And so I'm gonna put it in It's Alright, It's Okay. If it was fantastic and I'm missing something, let me know. Next we have Starstruck.
Oh yeah.
Something about the sunshine, baby. I'm seeing you in a whole new light.
Just go with it. We got it.
Ask me if
She wants to stay a while.
This movie is the manifestation of Wattpad, Not Like Other Girls stories, and it's the reason that I was planning to like bump into Harry Styles but pretend to not know who he was, therefore he would fall in love with me. That's actually still my plan. I still will do that. You have to. It's the only way they'll fall in love with you. The girl in this movie is definitely, you know, she's the girl at the concert with brown hair instead of blonde, and it's up in a messy bun, and she's reading at the concert, and that's why they notice her. That's pretty much what this movie tells us, that like if you're not like other girls, you're better. So don't love that, but I do have to say it had some bops. So like the movie, not great, but the songs, kind of fun. I'm gonna put it in Tom Holland lip sync battle, because I would watch that if it was on, just for the good time. I will say though, Sterling Knight, something about him creeps me out. Like something just seems off. I don't know if it's the eyes, just doesn't sit right in my soul. Okay, next we have Get a Clue. Now, the fashion in this movie, the looks, it is worth watching for the fits alone. And let me tell you, when I realized who the main love interest boy was, I was watching this and I was like, he looks so familiar. What is he from? This boy, that is Alfalfa from The Little Rascals. I cannot believe that that is him, but I love that he was in this. He definitely has like an Alice Cullen hairdo and a Demi Lovato butt chin. Also, he was arrested for huffing air cans, whatever that means. Another point for this movie, it has a shopping montage, which you know on this channel I am a big fan of, and it kind of made me realize why I like TikTok so much and why it's so addictive, because I can see lots of people try on multiple outfits in such a quick span of time, which is like the modern day shopping montage scene. So the main plot of this is like investigating their missing teacher, I believe, and they were watching her do a workout tape through the window. It just gave me such secondhand embarrassment. I'm like, I would rather people see like a sex tape of me or my nudes than trying to work out. I think that would be way more embarrassing. But Lindsay and Brenda just carry this movie. They are so phenomenal as child actors.
He's tall, mysterious, just your type. That's not possible, Jen. I don't have a type.
I really think Brenda Song should have had like Lindsay's career and Hilary Duff's career. She should have had so many more movie opportunities. But you know, now she's married to Macaulay Culkin with a baby, so she's doing all right. I just feel truly inspired by the outfits in this movie, and it's a very fun watch. So I'm gonna put it in Kenneth Snapped. It's just fun. Okay, next we have Princess Protection Program.
Excuse me, may I have this seat?
I'm sorry, I think it's school property.
I'm not impressed. Am I wowed?
No.
This movie was very much off-brand Genovia, and for the record, I do still think Genovia is a real place. I don't think I'll ever not confuse Genovia with, what's that place that sounds like Genovia? Geneva? Yeah, that's the same place in my mind. In this movie, we get one of my favorite boys of all time, Nicholas Braun. Love that for me. And we also have Demi Lovato doing what she does best, playing a girl that's trying to fit into this new situation she's in. It's, you know, the same thing we see in Sunny with a Chance and Camp Rock. And speaking of Demi, did anyone watch her in, I think it was called As the Bell Rings? I remember her being on that super young before she got her gap fixed. Also with Tony Ola of MKTO fame. If you know, you know.
A never-ending dream.
This movie gave us the fantastic song One and the Same. I really just feel like Demi and Selena had so much pull at Disney at this time. They were like, hey, I want to make a movie with my best friend in Savannah or wherever they were for the summer. And they did it. Disney was like, cool, go for it. And we'll make a bunch of money off you. Have fun. And you know, if that's not the American dream, I don't know what is. I wish I could make a movie with my best friend for fun. The movies that I made with my best friend when we were kids are now hidden on YouTube because they're terribly embarrassing. But this movie, I'm gonna put it in Tom Holland lip sync battle. I would watch it now, but I don't think it's iconic enough to be in Kenneth Snapped. Then we have 16 Wishes. I'm so sorry to do this to Debbie Ryan again. I'm sure she's a great person and a fantastic actress. It's not her fault, it's the material, but this movie, oh.
Hey, party tonight in my house. You're all invited.
Okay.
It's like if someone watched Suddenly 30 or 13 Going on 30 as you guys call it in America and 16 Candles with Molly Ringwald and then was like, I'm just gonna merge those two movies together. Atrocious. I would rather watch those two original movies than sit through this. This movie's going in the chokey. And then we have Jump In.
Oh my gosh, is that Corbin Blue from Jump In?
You're kidding, right? Anybody can jump some rope.
If it's so easy, you do it.
Come on with the come on.
Whatever that means.
My name is Mary. Yeah. I'm rough and tough. Yeah. You get in my way. Yeah. I'll mess you up. Shabuya, shabuya, roll call.
This movie gave us the gift that is Jordan Pruitt.
You make me wanna jump to the rhythm and step to the music.
We obviously had Corbin Blue straight off the High School Musical fame and Queen Keke Palmer. I love her so much.
The queen is back. Bow down, bitch.
For its time, this movie was pretty fantastic. We're challenging, you know, toxic male stereotypes, and it introduced me to the world of Double Dutch, which I am forever grateful for. Most of all, it had a banging soundtrack, so I'm gonna put it in Kenneth Snapped. Then we have Cowbells.
Well, the truth is your father was very specific about wanting you out here on the production line. We'll start you with something simple. Like that? Wearing that?
You know when Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached came out in the same year and they were basically the same movie just with different actors? That's how I feel about Cowbells and Material Girls with Hilary and Haley Duff. And I have to say I preferred Material Girls. If you're gonna watch an Ali and AJ movie, make it My Super Sweet 16 movie, which I don't see anyone ever talk about. So if you've seen that, please let me know because I watched that probably on a weekly basis as a kid. But yeah, this movie is just no Material Girls.
So I'm gonna send a picture of you like this to Jackson Mead. Courtney, give me that!
If I have to hear about dairy, I would rather be from Jamie Lee Curtis.
Do something about even occasional irregularity with activity.
I will say I saw Ali and AJ in 2019 and they still slay the house down, Boots, Mama, but sadly, this movie does not. Look, I'm gonna put it in Tom Holland lip sync battle. I would watch it because it's Ali and AJ and there's some songs from them on the soundtrack, but it's not the best. Then we have Dad Nabbed.
We have to get out of here. In case you haven't noticed, those two guys out there, they're kind of wacko.
Disney was really trying to make Emily Osment happen and it just wasn't working. I'm so sorry, Emily. I feel like she also did like an R.L. Stein movie I remember her being in, but this movie is just like embarrassing to me. I'm gonna put it in It's Alright, It's Okay. Then we have Geek Charming.
Once I'm crowned Blossom Queen, I will be the most popular girl at Women's Academy ever. Do we get it?
So in this movie, we have Sarah Hyland and Sasha Pitiosa, two fantastic girls who I love. So you'd think I would love this movie, but I love a smart mean girl, right? It's why Regina George is so iconic. But I did see Mean Girl just doesn't really do it for me, and they really dumbed this character down. It feels like Mean Girls 2.
What's your life goal?
Blossom Queen.
after that.
After? If I don't win Blossom Queen, my life is officially OVER over.
6 unpaid parking tickets.
When you mean those little flyer thingies on my windshield?
It just didn't really do anything for me. I just really appreciate like a witty, intelligent, mean girl, and this didn't really deliver on that. So I'm gonna put it in, it's all right, it's okay. Now we have the Halloweentown movies.
Halloween is cool, nature boy.
The first Halloweentown is just so perfect to me. It is so nostalgic. It's like Hocus Pocus with a bit of Goosebumps energy, and Debbie Reynolds is just amazing. I'm gonna put Halloweentown in, honestly, God tier. I feel like the ranking of these movies is a little bit controversial, so let me know the order that you would put them in and which tiers. Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge. My favorite thing about this movie is that Marnie and Cal are still together in real life. Like, they fell in love on this set and they're still together, which is just so beautiful. It's not a sequel that like is super memorable to me, that I feel like was more iconic than the first one, but I did like it. So I'm gonna put it in Tom Holland lip sync battle. And I think I'm gonna put Halloweentown high there too, because I just remember really loving that one. We got to see more of Kelsey and Ryan. I feel like this one's just like a bit sillier, a bit goofier. And I love a movie about, you know, embracing differences. So it's a wholesome message. But then we have Return to Halloweentown. We were going so strong that they should have quit while they were ahead. I just can't believe what they did to me by recasting Marnie. Why?
Why would they do this?
I mean, I'm a Sarah Paxton stan, honestly. I love her, but that was not okay. And I don't mean to typecast, but like, Sarah Paxton is canonically the pretty popular mean girl. They can't just trick us and bamboozle us into thinking that she's suddenly this down-to-earth, friendly girl next door Marnie that we know and love. It's not gonna work. So I'm putting that in It's All Right, It's Okay. Then we have Lemonade Mouth.
I get a shiver down your spine every time I rhyme. I'm in Lemonade Mouth. We don't learn to wait. We get on stage and determine.
Not good. Lyrically, lost.
Lemonade Mouth is like if The Breakfast Club and High School Musical had a baby.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain and an athlete
And a basket case, a princess.
and a criminal. Does that answer your question?
We got Princess Jasmine, lesbian Jesus herself,
Find another seat. Why don't you make me?
and Miss Bridget Mendler.
Tried so hard to get there, and I said, oh, we're gonna let it show.
Bridget Mendler is now working at MIT and she's getting her doctorate, and I'm sure what she's doing is very important, but Hurricane and Ready or Not have probably impacted the world more than anything she's doing for science can, and I really just miss her singing career. That girl had it. I don't know what it is, but she had it. I don't really even know what it is about Lemonade Mouth. This movie is just a good time. I think this was honestly one of the last great American Dynasties Disney Channel movies from like that golden age, and you know what? I think it's God tier. I think it really deserves God tier just for like its impact. I mean, tell me if you disagree, but that movie was surprisingly good. Okay, then we have Minutemen. Was it accurate time travel? No. Was it fun? Yes. So in this movie we have Nicholas Braun, Jason Dolley, and Luke Benwood, 3 boys that I've all had crushes on through that time. Jason Dolley, I don't really understand why I had such a crush on Jason Dolley at the time. I think it was just the hair. It was that Disney haircut. 12-year-old me immediately thought you were the cutest thing in the world. I do think this movie inspired Endgame. If you know what Endgame is about, that'll make sense to you, and I think I'm probably right. So for that, you know, I respect that, but would I like watch it if it was on TV tonight? Probably not. So I'm gonna put it in It's All Right, It's Okay. Then we have Stuck in the Suburbs.
You know whose phone this is, don't you? This is Jordan Cahill's phone.
This movie stars the incredible Taran Killam of SNL fame. When I think of Taran Killam, I think of this movie, or his performance of Robin's Call Your Girlfriend, also iconic. Little known fact, but Drew Seeley also sang for Jordan in this movie. Drew Seeley really was just told like, you're a great singer but don't have the face for movies. That's kind of painful. That man was out here carrying Disney Channel on his back with his vocal cords with practically no credit. Honestly, I don't care how good a singer I was. If I was continuously being told you're too ugly to be cast in this movie but we still want to use your voice, I think I would run away. I love the scene with the girls like choreographing or performing a dance in front of the TV to their favorite pop star. It's just so relatable for any like 90s kid that grew up watching like Saturday morning music videos, obsessing over pop stars. Jordan in this movie is experiencing his The Lucky One, Taylor's version moment.
Now you're singing in stadiums, man. You got everything you ever wanted. Is this what I wanted?
He's kind of tired of all the fame. He's tired of being so recognized. He just maybe is missing a normal life.
Why don't you record that version?
The record company owns me and my next 6 albums.
I also love the scene of when he cut his hair and everyone freaked out and just lost their minds, because I'm like, that's pretty true to how we all reacted when Harry had his long hair and then cut it off and posted it on Instagram. So again, points for realism. This reference might land for like one person watching this, but I feel like the musical Fangirls could be based on this movie. Also, finally, we have to say, this soundtrack absolutely slapped. It was so fun. I love Brenda's song, as you know, and Danielle is my preferred Panabaker sister. I'm gonna put this in Kenneth Snapped because he absolutely did. Next we have Now You See It, not to be confused with Now You See Me. This movie, it was about, you know, cards and magic and whatnot, but I just remember really hating this lead guy. I don't remember why. If anyone else felt the same way, let me know. He just gave me like really bad energy. So I'm gonna put it in, it's all right, it's okay. I don't think I'd rewatch it, but it's not personally offensive. Then we have Read It and Weep. Like I said, Danielle is my preferred of the Panabaker sisters. We do have them both in this movie, but Kay's character just gives me so much secondhand embarrassment. It's genuinely hard to watch. The kids at her school act like her writing is like Shakespeare level, like they've got their hands on the next Harry Potter book. I'm sorry, Miss Girl, your writing is just not that crash hot. The one thing I love about this movie, and will give it credit for, is that it had this on the soundtrack. That's kind of the highest praise I can give the movie. Besides that, I'm gonna put it in It's Alright, It's Okay. Next we have Tiger Cruise. This was a Disney Channel original movie about 9/11.
What if something else happens? I want you to come home, but I don't want you to quit. I think you should keep doing what you're doing.
So in this movie we have Hayden Panettiere, who I think is really the Florence Pugh of the 2000s. She was the it girl, but this was a movie about 9/11. Now, as an Australian, I guess it didn't really like hit home as much as it would for other people. So if you're an American watching this, like let me know how this movie impacted you or how it was received over there. I was probably too young to really understand the ramifications. I just remember this is where I learned the word army brat or navy brat, I guess. I would be interested to see how it holds up over time. I'm gonna put it in Tom Holland lip sync battle. Okay, next we have the Wizards of Waverly Place movie.
I won! I'm a full wizard!
This was actually the second most successful or like highest grossing movie after High School Musical 2. So they knew what they were doing with this. It was always so fun to see a show go to movie because you immediately see like the production value jump up, especially seeing them in the sub shop in the beginning. It's just like suddenly so much better quality than the show. This is a really fun movie. It's, you know, on a tropical location, but also has some kind of like sad themes.
Please, please, you can't leave me here. Please remember, I'm Alex. I'm your little sister.
I've just gotta say, I never really understood why only one kid in the family would get to be a wizard. Why would they not all get to be wizards? I don't get it, why they had to like compete to only have one of them keep their powers. I guess it's just like a fun storyline. This movie really reminded me of like Spy Kids with a bit of Hunger Games infused, especially these outfits, very much arena tournament outfits. I've gotta say, it's one of the better like TV show to movie adaptations. I really enjoyed it, so I'm gonna put it in Kenneth Snapped. Then we have Xenon.
Lend me that mask you're wearing, and I'll have the most hideous major costume ever.
I feel like this movie is a glimpse into the space station civilization that Elon Musk is trying to build. I don't really want to go live in space, but if the outfits are this cute, I might consider it. These looks are definitely sponsored by Diva, or if you're American, Claire's. One of my favorite parts in the movie is when she wakes up to an alarm on like an iPad device that's a video of herself from the night before. I was like, I definitely need that because my sort of 4 a.m. iPhone notes app rambling notes just make no sense. I always tell myself in the middle of the night, I'll know what that means, and I never do. Xenon is very much like Alex Mack energy with a bit of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but make it in space. So all very cool girl role models, I would say. I do just have to say, if the past 2 years have taught me anything, I could not survive doing like virtual school like they do. I just couldn't handle it. Also, of course, we have the young, beautiful, amazing, talented Raven Simone. It is so cute seeing her at this age. And this is one of the earlier DCOMs, but just such a good quality film. It is just a good time.
I'm actually gonna say what everyone else is thinking,
because it's the truth.
I think Xenon has to go in God tier. Honestly, it was just iconic. Finally, we have to talk about Xenon the Sequel. I just wish I could have been in the writer's room that day when they came up with the idea of calling it a sequel. And I do think that all movie sequels should be called that from now on. Can we just call all sequels sequels? Again, the fashion still slaps, but they did replace or recast Raven, which as we know, I don't love. I'm not a big fan. So while it's still good, attempts were made and the fashion is amazing. I'm gonna put the sequel in Kenneth Snapped. Whilst I was researching for this video, I learned there was a third Xenon, which I somehow never heard of. Let me know if any of you have watched that. I just can't believe I didn't know that existed. All right, and this is a look at the final tally. This is where all our movies are placed. I know there are a lot of movies that I haven't seen. I know there's some earlier ones and definitely some more later ones. I was just like too young and now too old to sort of be fully invested in them, but please do let me know what I've missed and where you would place them. I'm all ears. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. I feel like this video has been such a long time coming. These movies truly did raise me, and if I could put them all in God tier, I honestly would. Maybe except Radio Rebel. But if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed down below and let me know what you'd like to see from me in the future. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!